Hello, everyone. Gamer 2013 here, and welcome to our Work Till It Hurts challenge. Marissa went out on a date with Rafe, and you won't see that because my OBS wasn't recording. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, but the date was a success. I'll show you guys here on the phone, not the notebook. Didn't want the notebook. Let's see. I'll show you. So the date went really well. And why is he not on the phone? He should be on the phone. Okay. Anyway, their date went really well. They had a very nice time, and they got along really well. So who knows where that's gonna lead? But there's also Zayden. She kind of liked him too, but she's leaning a little more towards Rafe. And Rafe was with Lorna because or not Lorna, but Rafe was with Marissa because he didn't win the challenge. And if you watch the stream that is up on YouTube, it's in the playlist. You'll see why she didn't choose him. It was sad that he wasn't the choice, but everyone can't win them all. So, by deduction, you should gather who won if you watch the Let's Play. So we're gonna get her fun up because we got to get that all. We got to get that all the way up, and then after that, she's gonna go ahead and get some rest because she's got work, and then we are going to do the work day. And let's see, she's got so if she works a couple days, she will be breathing on a promotion, actually. So, yeah. So hopefully that promotion won't affect her day off. Now, our goal, our life, her aspiration here is to have 10,000 simoleons in savings. And that's about to become less because she got to pay bills. And that is 500. Oh, thank goodness. Because she doesn't have, I don't know how they calculate bills. I think it's like how much your house and inventory and all that stuff is. And she doesn't have a lot in her inventory. And I made sure of that. It's mainly like her vegetables and things. I'm trying not to let her have a lot in here. Let's put these vegetables in the refrigerator. I'm trying not to let her have a lot because I think that contributes to the high price of her bills and stuff. But when she gets a bigger house, she's going to her stuff is going to be more. So we'll just try to be on the cheap side for now until she reaches that goal. All right, so all that's put away. Her Marissa's fund should be, yeah, it's maxed out. So go on and turn that off and go ahead and go to sleep. Let's see. Oh, when she wakes up, she'll pay her bills there. Okay, doke. Okay, so I was at Starbucks and living in Washington State. I went to Starbucks like a couple days ago, but living in Washington State, you cannot go anywhere where there is not a Starbucks. Like sometimes there can be two Starbucks, three Starbucks on the same street. and and it's weird, but it's true. One, because Starbucks was born here in Washington. Like the Starbucks chain starts in Washington. The very first one was here, and people like go to Starbucks so much, but it's expensive. But if you like to spoil yourself every once in a while, it's good. There should be a Starbucks everywhere because it's freaking everywhere. But the first time I encountered Starbucks was when I was in North Carolina. And I was on my way home one day and I saw this Starbucks and I was like, "What's that? That's a Starbucks." So I go in and it's a really nice coffee place and I was like, "Oh, this is nice," blah 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 blah. And there was these people, they were ordering their stuff, and like I call them the Starbuckians because it's like they speak a language. I can't explain it, but it's like a Starbucks language. And so the lady was like, "I want a half foam, mocha latte, half foam, cinnamon, blah 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 blah." And I'm sitting here like, "Lady, you go to the gas station, push a button, and bam, you got cappuccino." But Starbucks cappuccino is totally different. Like it's not as sweet as gas station cappuccino, and it's not as heavy. And like with it not being that, you can decorate it like with little things or whatever. So I'm sitting here like this lady took about, I would say, 3 to 4 minutes to place this order. And the cashier was like, "Okay, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "The hell are y'all doing?" Okay, so it's my turn. I was like, "I want a cappuccino." And she looked at me like, "Is that it? Is that all, ma'am?" And she's perking. I was like, "Yeah." She like, "You sure you don't want blah blah blah?" I like, "I just want a cappuccino." So she looked at me strange because I guess she's kind of used to people, like let's get her something to eat. That she's used to people that have these ridiculously long orders. I wasn't one of them people. Let's go ahead and get her a piece of cake because her food, yeah, she's pretty up there. So I placed my order and everything, and I ended up moving to Washington State. And I was like, okay. So I see a Starbucks, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get my cappuccino, and I've been doing it for 6 months. And so suddenly, out of nowhere, I go in, and without thinking, I was like, I want a mocha latte. I want my phone to be at half peak with a sprinkle of cinnamon, a squirt of chocolate, and blood, and all this other stuff. And then I stopped, and I was like, I became one of those people. So now I'm a Starbuckian. It is like it's weird because you can get adapted to your surroundings, and it becomes it's a slow process, but over time you'll adapt, and that's what happened with me. And when I lived in North Carolina, I'm originally from the Midwest. I moved to North Carolina, and suddenly I had like after a while I developed this like country twang, and it wasn't intended for me to, I never intended to have it, but suddenly I had it. And so, oh, he's sleeping. Oh, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that's why. So I ended up developing this country twang over time. And like when I first moved to North Carolina, everybody's like, "You have an accent," and I'm like, "An accent? Accent of what? I talk like I talk." And so then it was like you have an accent, and then over time I noticed that I started talking with, like a little country twang. And so when I went to New York once, it was before the World Trade Centers crashed, and I went there and I was talking, and this lady was like, "You have such a beautiful country accent." I was like, "I do? Dragon breath. um well, let's find out what it is." So I was like, "I do. I didn't even know, but like over time, you do become adapted." So moving here to Washington State, I ended up, being a Starbuckian, and I think I got rid of my country twang. There are some things that still seep in a little bit here and there, but yeah, I got it. So she's gonna craft her some ice cream. She's got work in 4 hours. Rafe was asleep when we called because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's check her garden. Okay, let's see. The grapes are starting to come in. And then when that ice cream comes out, she's going to put that away. And then we're going to tend to that garden and take care of that until, let's see, she got 4 hours. Could we? I should have made sure she was good and tired. So that way she could have been, up and about because this is ridiculous. So I'm going to pause here. And the next time we come back, she'll be at work. So you guys hang on. All right, guys, welcome back. Marissa is now at work. She wasn't too fond of that dragon ice cream. So we are going to get her a new case assignment here. And of course, her goal is to unlock all the job careers. So her next promotion will be hopefully the next work day, probably the next episode, maybe. So she's gonna go ahead and get her case going, and hopefully we can solve that case before this work day ends. So let's go ahead and punch that overtime in. Go and get it over with. Now she need to get off the computer. She ain't doing nothing but hitting Sim Google, probably looking at some Sim porn. You know, who don't they be looking at porn on the clock? I know you do. She looks like she does. Anyway, so Lauren's not Lorna. Damn it, Marissa is going to get her case assignment. I really need to quit crossing streams. And who are you flirting with? It is not me, sir. It is not me. So let's go ahead and start that case map there. And I need to get rid of that evidence. No, I'll keep it because I don't want to. I don't want to get rid of everything because just in case, if it depends on how much. Okay, let's go like this. It depends on how much she gets at the crime scene. If she gets a lot of evidence at the crime scene, then we will delete the evidence she had prior cases. But if she does have a lot of evidence, then we'll get rid of the evidence she has in her inventory. Because to me, having evidence from a past case is kind of cheating because it is past case evidence. So we're just gonna get rid. We're probably gonna get rid of that and just have a clean slate, start over. Because I don't like to carry things around there. All right. So this looks like a pretty hefty crime scene here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these photos, this analyze evidence, and fingerprint evidence, and crime witness reports. Alright, so we're going to dust for fingerprints, collect evidence, take pictures of evidence. That way, I don't really, like I said, I don't really like to. Is she digging in the trash can? She is digging in the trash can and she is dressed to the nines. Nasty. Anyway, so she's going to go ahead. We're going to collect all this evidence. She wasn't too fond of the ice cream, guys. She wasn't happy with it. It made her uncomfortable. She said ice cream wasn't supposed to be hot, so no more dragon ice cream. We're gonna let's see. Is she a?
Yes.
She's like, it is nasty around here. So we gotta collect more evidence.
Yes.
And all right. So then we need to speak to more witnesses too. Let's see. We got the picture. We got the next witness that we're supposed to speak to, and he is everywhere, isn't he? Well, let's take his witness statement too. Well, I think it just lets you take one witness at a time. So we'll just go ahead and talk to him. And then we'll talk to this guy here. Let's see. Okay. So, a friend of mine. Oh, did she glitch? Oh, thank goodness. I thought I had to reset her. So a friend of mine had, it was like, this is a while ago, and I thought she called me out the blue the other day. She introduced me to Guy. Now, the story itself is strange because what happened was that one day I was an X Japan fan. I still am an X Japan fan. And so I thought there was nobody better than X, and I'm still a fan, and I love Yoshiki. Love him. He's the drummer, and the pianist of X Japan. I love Yoshiki. I just love him. And so she was listening to, at the time I didn't know, was Gat. And I'm sitting here like, why are you listening to him when there's X Japan? Like, what's wrong with you? So she's like, don't knock it till you try it. So I'm like, whatever. So one day, she came over, we was hanging out, and she left me this. She's like, "You have to listen to this artist. They're so good." And blah blah. So she hands me this blank black CD, no cover, no nothing. It had like this, it had the glass cover case, and so she's like, "You have to listen to it." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." Let's see, we have seven of everything, so we should be able to do some things with this. Let's see, we'll do a cross reference. So she she was like, "You have to listen to this." So I was like, "Okay, fine." So I was writing, and at the time I was writing the book called Death and Fire. But over time the book changed because I ended up collaborating with a good friend of mine named D, and so Death and Fire became Dragon Curse. It's on Amazon right now, and it's a really, we worked really hard on. But I digress. So I was writing, and like since I moved out on my own, I can't do without sound. I need sound to sleep. I need it to function. But I guess that comes from like a big family because I'm the oldest of six. So not having that noise, it kind of made me uneasy. So then I was like, fine. She kept saying, "Did you listen to it? Did you listen to it? Did you listen to it?" And I'm like, fine. Let me see what the hubbub is about. So I was like, let me go ahead and put the CD in, and I put it in, and I didn't, and I just sat down and started writing again. And I was listening to the song. It was really good. It was really catchy. And then out of nowhere, this voice. I mean, like there's a part of the chorus, and his voice just boomed, and I was like literally, I stopped typing. I stopped typing. I turned around. I looked at my radio, and I was like, "What the hell?" It was so his voice was so beautiful, and so I'm sitting here like, and then these emotions. I still kind of don't understand Japanese a lot, but I understand like bits and pieces. You pick up things when you watch anime and such. And I was listening, and the words I understood, and even though I couldn't understand all of it, it was like the the words in his music, it just spoke. And like with music, the thing is, music is universal. If it's good enough and you have the passion, the drive, the voice, you can carry out your music anywhere and anybody will listen to it. So I listened to him, and I was like, okay, wow. So I listened to the next song, and his voice was just as powerful, just as passionate. And I was like, wow. So I Googled him. And when I Googled him, first of all, Gak is a sexy ass man. I would love for him to be my Japanese baby daddy. He's so fine. But like, even though he does look good, there are artists who look good and they suck. And those are not the kind of artists I really listen to. But with his voice, it just carried, and it was so beautiful. And he has that, that connect, like you just connect with him. It's like no matter what, you just connect with him. He has that universal connection, and he's very famous in lots of parts of the world. And in the US he's not as big for some reason. I don't know why, and he should be. But it was I've been listening to him ever since, and he is just amazing. He is just like, wow, just wow. So she still listens to him, and I still listen to him. And I would have loved to have gone to his last visual concert, but you know unfortunately I ain't rich like that, so I can't go to Japan. But I wish I could. But oh my gosh, he's a wonderful artist. If you ever look him up, um there's just so much, and he's just a wonderful artist. But let's see. So let's go ahead and cross reference. I like to get all the evidence I can before I do anything, before I do any pinning on the board. And that way I won't be like having to stop and then come and do all this other stuff. So I just go ahead and get all the stuff I can, and then I put it on the board, and then we add clues. Let's go ahead and add some clues to it after she's done. And I think if I remember correctly, the max is 6 that'll help you truly identify the suspect. Because there was one Let's Play I did, and man, those bitches lied. There's like, oh, she's over there. Oh, she's over there. If you don't have like a definite description of the criminal, they will, and if you know, they will lie to you, and it's not really a lie because that's who you're looking for, but you don't have all the details of who the person is. So they were like, oh, it's that person. Oh, it's that person. So I guess it's really not a lie per se. I think it's more of a that's what you're looking for because that's what you got. So if you're gonna do this, you have to get all the clues, all 6 clues, so you can make sure that you got the right person. So far we pinned 3 clues on the board. Clues, clues. That's funny. It's clues, but I've been on cruises too. But I digress. So we are going to add more. So far we have our suspect is she's a female, insane, young adult, and is wearing shorts. So hopefully we get this case solved because she's got 4 hours. Let's see. Let's deduce a clue. Let's see. We need one more clue. She's wearing shorts. Let's go ahead and cross-reference our last clue here. Let's do a crime scene photo. So hopefully she gets focused off that, deducing clues. Oh, she gotta go to the bathroom too. Alright, so she deduced that the suspect is wearing shorts. Which we already knew. No surprise. So let's go ahead and get that last bit in. Then she's gonna go ahead and we need to take her to the bathroom before we. I don't know if we'll have time to solve the crime, but we're gonna try. And if not, if we don't have time, I will cut out and then I'll magically reappear through the magic of YouTube a few seconds later, and then we'll go ahead and pick up our crime case. There's no clues to add to the map. I think I got the maximum going. So let's see. We're going to. She's tense. Nah, she be alright. We'll take care of that soon. It says to. I guess add a clue. So we'll add that clue and then we'll issue the APB. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we got enough time to pursue the criminal. Let's see, she's got 3 hours left. So if we don't pussyfoot around, just arrest the criminal, come back, do all that, we should be fine. Actually, let's not add the clue because we know pretty much who we're looking for. She is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? No. We need to add that last clue. Okay. Then we'll issue the APB. Okay. Yeah, because I only had 5 clues. I thought I had, but I forgot she had to go to the bathroom. So we add that last clue. Now we'll issue the APB. We could have wait, but nah. Let's go ahead and try to do this. Hopefully, this criminal will be an easy case to crack. She won't waste any time, waste my time, waste her time. And if not, then like I said, I'll cut back and through the magic and beauty of YouTube, I'll come back a few seconds later. So we're gonna load and catch our criminal, y'all. Let's do it. Alright. Let's pause everything for a second. Okay, let's remind ourselves what our suspect looks like. Our suspect is a female, insane, a young adult, wearing shorts, wearing a short sleeve shirt, and has brown hair. Let's see if we got any of that going on. Nothing yet. So we'll go ahead and wait a minute. Is that her already? She got. Let's look at our case again. Let's see if she's a female. She look insane. See if she's a young doll. She's wearing shorts. She's wearing a short sleeve shirt. Let's see. Before we do that, she a young. That's her. Let's go on the rest her. She just there. She is short sleeve shirt, shorts, young adult, brown hair. Who does she remind me of? With the makeup and everything, she kind of reminds me. Okay, now look, I'm not trying to be. She reminds me of Amber Rose because Amber Rose has that hair. She's not pale. Amber Rose is like she's mixed. But she has that brown hair and she just kind of reminded me of Amber Rose for a second there. So anyway, if we don't, if they make this easy for me, we can knock this case out and knock out this episode. Not saying I don't like you guys, love you guys, but we don't want a super duper long episode. It just you get bored, I'll get bored, and long episodes are for the stream, for when I stream. So we're going to interrogate the suspect, and hopefully she would just crack and give in. And that's an odd combination for her, but whatever works. She's like, no, I didn't do it. I promise. No. Okay, quit crying. We got a job to do. And we only got 2 hours to do it in. And you can stomp and get mad all you want. You shouldn't be committing crimes out here. Look at all my fellow workers. They just chilling and relaxing. And I'm solving cases on the beat. Ugh, lazy. Okay, so let's get this interrogation out the way. Let's do this, y'all. Let's hope we can get this out. Let's hope we can do this. So we gonna present. The first. Let's intimidate her. Let's play the bad cop. Describe prison horrors. And let's reveal her calling card. I guess prison must be rough in Sim City. She's like, no. Alright, let's review case files. She's like, wait, what? I don't know. Alright, so that. Like, that's you, isn't it? Alright, so she needs to. She looked like a tough nut to crack too. I might have to put her away for a while. We're running out of time. Time's running out. Come on now. Let's pray the crazy cop. It's you. Let's see. Let's try the real calling card one time. She's like, alright. Alright, so, ooh, that really put it up there. Come on now. Let's break the record. Let's get it locked up. Okay. Ooh, she looked like she about to crack. We got it. Let's get her locked away. And we did it. And she got 44 minutes left to spare. She like, I did it. She like, I knew it. I knew your ass did it. So let's go ahead and get her locked away. We did it with 44 minutes to spare, y'all. We did it. We did it. It took some maneuvering, but we did it. So it says, nice work. That's one more criminal off the street. Unfortunately, crime never sleeps, and we have another case waiting for you. Get the assignment from the computer and get back out there. So what we will do is go ahead and grab our case, and then after that she'll be going home. So we do want to prep for our next day. Get off computer. You saw me coming. You should be retired, shouldn't you? But once she gets police chief, what's gonna happen with Marissa? She's gonna quit, get a new job, and then we're going to be a scientist most likely. And then we will move on and get promoted there, and so on and so forth. And then hopefully we get to unlock all these careers. That is the goal of the day, or the goal of this whole let's play here. So she got paid. We going home, and unfortunately that 7,000 plus dwindled a little bit, and that put us a little further back from our goal. But that ain't gonna stop us. We gonna reach that 10,000 simoleon goal in our reserve, and that's what we're gonna do. And then after that, we're gonna save, and then she's gonna get a newer house because Marissa has very particular taste. So here is where I say goodbye, guys. It has been fun. I enjoy entertaining you. It I didn't expect Let's Playing to be this fun. I do also like streaming because streaming I get to talk to people, but Let's Play I get to talk to you guys too. So leave a comment in the section, and if your mouse can touch that like button and lick it a little bit, and then maybe touch that subscribe button and let the mouse lick that a little bit too, and hit it so you can subscribe and stay up to date with all that I post on here on YouTube. And the link will also be a link to my Twitch. Follow me on Twitter and Tumblr because that's where all the latest off-camera Let's Play happen. So you guys have a nice night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.